Sairam students, welcome to part 5 of our lesson, the proposal. What did we see in our last class? We read that Natalia and Lomov, they enter into an argument wherein they are discussing whose dog is the best. Natalia says it's Squeezer, whereas Lomov says it's Guess. Lomov also adds that Squeezer is overshot. Now, when they are arguing, Shubukov enters. And on being questioned, he says that it doesn't make any difference if Squeezer is overshot. Then he tells Lomov, let me tell you, even your dog has a short muzzle, a short jaw. And that is where we stop, students. Now let's just begin with the lesson. A gentle reminder to keep your book and a pen handy. Lomov, excuse me, my heart. Let's take the facts. You will remember that on the Marinsky hunt, my guess ran neck and neck with the Count's dog, while your Squeezer was left a whole worst behind. Now, worst is, it's a land measurement unit. Okay, so 1 worst is equal to 1.1 kilometers. So now Lomov is trying to say that let's just recollect something. He says that in this Marinsky hunt there was a competition wherein Guess ran neck to neck. There was a close competition between Guess and the Count's dog. Now, who is a Count? Basically, in the olden times, in the ranking, in the hierarchy of the king or the army, there was a position as Count. So he says that Guess had a very close competition with Count's dog, but this Squeezer, he was left a whole worst behind. He was somewhere very far. He was lagging behind. Okay, whereas Count's dog and Guess, they were far ahead of Squeezer. Shubukov, he got left behind because the Count's whipper hit him with his whip. So he is giving a reason. He's justifying that why Squeezer was left behind. He says that Count's whipper, his assistant, he hit him with his whip. He hit him with his strap. Lomov, and with good reason, the dogs are running after a fox when Squeezer goes and starts worrying a sheep. So he says that all the dogs were running behind. He's just trying to show that Squeezer was a coward. So what does he say? That all the dogs are running after the fox, and your Squeezer is such a coward that he is so scared of the fox that he was worrying about a sheep. He was running behind a sheep. Shubukov, it's not true, my dear fellow. I'm very liable to lose my temper. And so, just because of that, let's stop arguing. You started because everybody is always jealous of everybody else's dog. Yes, we are all like that. You too, sir, aren't blameless. You no sooner begin with this, that, and then other, and the other, and all that I remember everything. So Shubukov says, no, that's not the fact. Let me tell you, I am liable. I will lose my temper. I'm prone to lose my temper. The way you're talking about my dog, okay, I will lose my temper. So let's just stop arguing. Let's not discuss this further. And then he says that, you started because, everybody is jealous of everybody else's dog. And he says you are no less. So this Shubukov tells Lomov, you too, sir, aren't blameless. He says that you are not innocent. Blameless over here means innocent. You no sooner begin with this, that, and the other, and all that I remember everything. So he says that even you have many other topics to discuss about. Sometimes you talk about this, sometimes you talk about that. I also remember everything. Lomov, I remember too. Shubukov, teasing him, I remember too. What do you remember? So Lomov says, yes, yes, even I remember. Shubukov, and then he teases Lomov, and he says, I remember too. And then he asks, what do you remember? Lomov, my heart, my foot's gone to sleep. I can't. So, again something happens to Lomov, wherein he says that, something is happening, something is happening to his heart, to his foot. Again, it's gone numb. And then when he is speaking, again he's been interrupted. Natalia, teasing, my heart, what sort of a hunter are you? You ought to go and lie on the kitchen oven and catch black beetles, not go after foxes. My heart. So when Lomov says, my heart, something is happening. So Natalia now, she interrupts and, in a very, she's teasing Lomov and she says, my heart, what kind of a hunter you are? If you remember, she asks Lomov, when are you going to start with your hunting, with shooting? Okay. Then she says, always you have something or the other to complain about. Now this time you're saying your heart. Again, last time when we were discussing, again, that time also you said my heart. So, what sort of a hunter are you? You should not run behind foxes. Rather, you should go into the kitchen, you should lie on the oven and catch black beetles. Okay? Shubukov, yes, really. What sort of a hunter are you anyway? You ought to sit at home with your palpitations and not go tracking animals. You could go hunting, but you only go to argue with people and interfere with their dogs and so on. Let's change the subject in case I lose my temper. You are not a hunter at all anyway. So again, Shubukov also agrees to what Natalia has to say. He says, what kind of a hunter you are? You go home and sit with your palpitations. Something or the other happens, you catch your heart and then you say something is happening to your heart. So what kind of a hunter are you? And then he says, you should not go tracking animals. You should not go hunting. All you can do is only argue with people and interfere with them about their dogs. And then he says, oh, let's just change the topic before I lose my temper. Lomov, and are you a hunter? You only go hunting to get in with the count and to intrigue. Oh my heart, you're an intriguer. So Lomov says that do you think you are a hunter? You just go hunting so that you can have a nice bond with the count, okay, and to intrigue, to plot, to plan and plot against somebody else. And then he says, oh my heart, you are an intriguer, you are a plotter. Shubakov, what? I'm an intriguer? Shouts, shut up. So again Shubakov gets angry. He says, oh, do you think I'm an intriguer? And then he asks him to shut up. Lomov, intriguer. Boy pup, that is what Shubakov has to say. Lomov, old rat, just shoot. So again, if you see, now they are again abusing each other. Okay, in this part. Shubakov, shut up or I'll shoot you like a partridge, you fool. So what's a partridge? Partridge is a bird. He says, keep your mouth shut or I will shoot you. Lomov, everybody knows that. Oh my heart, your late wife used to beat you. My feet, temple sparks, I fall, I fall. So now Lomov says that, again he is complaining about his heart and then he tells Shubakov that his late wife, Shubakov's wife has passed away. So he says that your late wife used to hit you, she used to beat you. Then he says, my feet, my temples. What are temples? Basically, the flat part. This portion is called as your temples. And then he says, sparks, I fall, I fall. Shubakov, and you are under the slipper of your housekeeper. So he says that, you are being dominated by your housekeeper. You're under the slipper means you always listen to what your housekeeper has to say. Lomov, there, my heart's burst. My shoulders come off. Where is my shoulder? I die. Falls into an armchair. A doctor. And then he says, there's something terribly bad happening with my heart. My shoulders are going to come off. And then he falls into an armchair, and then he says, he calls for a doctor. Shubakov, boy, milk sop, fool, I'm sick. Drinks water, sick. Now then he says, boy, who says this? Shubakov, milk sop is a coward. Fool, I'm sick. Again, even Shubakov says the same thing. He drinks water and then he says that he is feeling sick. Natalia, what sort of a hunter are you? You can't even sit on a horse, to her father. Papa, what's the matter with him? Papa, look, Papa, screamed. Ivan Vasilovich, he's dead. Again, Natalia, she tells Lomov, what sort of a hunter are you? You can't even sit on a horse. And then she tells her father, oh, Papa, what's happened to this Ivan Vasilovich? Look, something's wrong with him. And then she says, he's dead. Shubakov, I'm sick. I can't breathe air. To which even Shubakov adds that even he's feeling unwell and he can't breathe. Natalia, he's dead. Pulls Lomov's sleeve. Ivan Vasilovich, what have you done to me? He's dead. Falls into an armchair. A doctor, hysterics. Then Natalia, after looking at, when she's looking at Lomov, she says that, oh, he's dead. And then she tries to pull his sleeves and calls him out. Ivan Vasilovich, what have you done to me? Okay, now that you are dead, what will happen to me? And then she also falls into an armchair and she calls for a doctor. Shubakov, oh, what is it? What's the matter? Okay, Shubakov inquires, now what's wrong? What's the matter? Natalia wails, crying, he's dead. So she says that Lomov is no more, he's dead. Shubakov, who's dead? Looks at Lomov. So he is? My word, water, a doctor. Lifts a tumbler to Lomov's mouth. Drink this. No, he doesn't drink. It means he's dead and all that. I'm the most unhappy of men. Why don't I put a bullet into my brain? Why haven't I cut my throat yet? What am I waiting for? Give me a knife. Give me a pistol. Lomov moves. He seems to be coming round. Bring some water. That's right. Then Shubakov inquires, who's dead? And then he looks at Ivan Vasilovich and says, oh, is he dead? And then he says, my word, he asks for water. And then he calls for a doctor. And, he picks up a glass, a jug basically. And he offers water to Lomov. And when Lomov doesn't drink that, he says that, he is dead. And then he also adds that he is the most unhappy of all the men. And then he says, why don't I kill myself? Why don't I use a knife to cut my throat? Why don't I put a bullet into my brain? Why don't I shoot myself? And then he asks for knife and pistol. And at the very same time, what happens is he can see some movement happening in Lomov, and then he says that he's coming round. That maybe he's feeling better now. Lomov, that's right. Lomov, I see stars, mist. Where am I? So Lomov says that I can see stars. Mist is fog. So he asks, where am I? Shubakov, hurry up and get married. And well, to the devil with you. She's willing. He puts Lomov's hand into his daughter's. She's willing and all that. I give you my blessing and so on. Only leave me in peace. So Shubakov says, okay, fine, get up and, get married to my daughter, to the devil with you. She's willing. So he says that Natalia is ready to settle down with you, and then he puts Lomov's hand into his daughter's. And he says that she is willing and now everything is fine. And he says that now, and he adds that I give both of you, Lomov and Natalia, my blessings, and please let me live in peace now. Lomov, getting up. Ah, what? To whom? So when Shubakov says, that get married to my daughter, he is like he is saying that, what are you saying? To whom should I get married to? Shubakov, she's willing. Well, kiss and be damn you. So he says that Natalia is ready to settle down. Well, he says that you can kiss Natalia and be damned you. And then he says that he actually curses Lomov. Natalia wails, he is alive. Yes, yes, I am willing. Shubakov, kiss each other. So Natalia is, she's crying. She's still crying. And then she says, oh, he's alive. Yes, yes, I am willing. I am willing to settle down with you. And then again Shubakov says, kiss each other. Lomov, kiss whom? Then they kiss. Very nice too. Excuse me, what's it all about? Oh, now I understand. My heart, stars, I'm happy. Natalia Stepanova kisses her hand. My foot's gone to sleep. Okay, so Lomov says, kiss, whom should I kiss? And then he kisses Natalia. And then he says, oh, excuse me, what's this all about? And then he says that, my heart, my star, and then he says stars. And then he also says, okay, fine, now I feel good. I'm happy now. And then he kisses Natalia on her hand, but he complains that his foot has gone to sleep, his foot is numb. Natalia, I'm happy too. She also adds that now even she is happy. Shubakov, what a weight off my shoulder. Oof. So Shubakov feels better that okay, finally Natalia is settling down with Lomov. Natalia, but still you will admit now that guess is worse than squeezer. And then she tells Lomov, okay, now you have to admit that your guess is worse than squeezer. Lomov says better. Natalia says worse. Again, they have started an argument. Shubakov, well, that's the way to start your family bliss. That is how husband and wife are. Okay, they keep arguing. Have some champagne. So he offers some champagne to both of them. Lomov, he's better. Natalia, worse, worse, worse. So here they are again talking about guess. Lomov says that my dog is better, to which Natalia adds that no, he is worse. Shubakov trying to shout her down. Champagne, champagne. So he's trying to ask Natalia to keep quiet by saying champagne, champagne. And the curtain falls. So with this, students, we come to an end of our lesson, the proposal. I hope, students, the lesson is very clear to all of you. We'll quickly just go through the value points. Please jot them down, students. So students, we are done with this lesson and we are done with our English portion as well. Along with this video link, there is another link which you will click on and answer the questions given there. Do take care of yourself. Sai Ram and bye-bye.